wait. For you niggas just cap, wait. I'm every designer the jeans, wait. I could pretend in these. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. I get a rush for that bag. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. I get a rush for that bag. I got tired of these niggas, so I'm gon' bang it to drop on these niggas. Finger fuck on a Nina, I ain't got time, I just fuck on her face. Bag, wait, for you niggas just cap, wait. I'm every designer the jeans, wait. I could pretend in these. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. I get a rush for that bag. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. I get a rush for that bag. I got tired of these niggas, so I'm gon' bang it to drop on these niggas. Finger fuck on a Nina, I ain't got time, I just fuck on her face. Bag, wait, for you niggas just cap, wait. I'm every designer the jeans, wait. I could pretend in these. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. Bag, wait, for you niggas just cap, wait. I'm every designer the jeans, wait. I could pretend in these. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. I get a rush for that bag. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. I get a rush for that bag. I got tired of these niggas, so I'm gon' bang it to drop on these niggas. Finger fuck on a Nina, I ain't got time, I just fuck on her face. Bag, wait, for you niggas just cap, wait. I'm every designer the jeans, wait. I could pretend in these. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. I get a rush for that bag. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap. I get a rush for that bag. I got tired of these niggas, so I'm gon' bang it to drop on these niggas. Finger fuck on a Nina, I ain't got time, I just fuck on her face. Bag, wait, for you niggas just cap, wait. I'm every designer the jeans, wait. I could pretend in these. You niggas cap, you niggas cap, you niggas cap.
Man! If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
Man, the fuck.
Hey. Now, a woman that got a job walk, with security. Am I right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? They walking the nightclub going.
You're just a flightless bird.
Well, I tell you.
And I want the rest of you cowboys to know something.
Reggie, where is it?
It's up under the sink, baby. See, that's pussy talking to me right there. Something you might not never know nothing about.
If you pimp, you broke pimp.
You know you fucked up, Woody, don't you?
Come on with it.
Baby powder. Smell that is. You changing diapers?
Pimp. It's in your blood,
It's in my blood, and you are.
Tell me, do you know the difference between a black man and a nigger?
The nigger's the one that would even answer that question.
Yeah, they messing up my browser. I want to see if you can hear this on the, this is my little introduction with the audio.
Put up in Times Square. No, well, allow me to apologize in advance. This is a 12-foot-tall statue of a woman, likely on welfare, that is supposed to contrast the statues of white male historical figures that are located in Times Square. A very flattering representation of the black community, right? Nothing screams progress like an obese woman who puts the bare minimum into her physical appearance for the world to see. I mean, they couldn't have at least put her in a pantsuit? Have you all seen the statue that was put up in Times Square? No? Well, allow me to apologize in advance. This is a 12-foot-tall statue of a woman, likely on welfare, that is supposed to contrast the statues of white male historical figures that are located in Times Square. A very flattering representation.
Yeah, my browser messing up today, so we had to do that audio introduction. It would be better if you see her, the white girl, talking to the black sisters. But that's not why we are here. We are here for different reasons. Okay. How do I want to start this?
Pull them out, but I guess that depends on where they're located. Out very frequently, weak, because you've been getting so many different surgeries and getting cut open that you can't, do anything at that point. So in May of 2020, I can't really recall what it was that made me go to the doctor in the first place. But I know that in March of 2020, right when COVID hit.
So This woman is telling the story, but she's hiding all the key points inside of text. Let her go.
I had gotten sick. And so I went to the doctor and she gave me some medicine for sinus congestion. I think I actually had COVID, but I took dairy out of my diet and my congestion, it cleared right up. Like there was no more mucus. So I decided to cut dairy out of my diet. In May of 2020, I went to a gynecologist and she did an exam on me and she ended up telling me that I had fibroids and that my uterus was the size of a 5-month pregnancy. At that appointment, she told me that I either needed to get on birth control or I needed to have surgery. And then after the surgery, I would only have 6 months to get pregnant. And then I would potentially have to get a hysterectomy. That didn't sound right to me. So I decided to go and get a different opinion. She did.
Now, why did she, why did 6 months, the doctor told her you got 6 months to get pregnant. Why did that not sound good to her? She misused her pussy for a long time, and now the doctor gave her an order. She ain't got no man around that she could make a baby with. Anyway.
Potentially have to get a hysterectomy. That didn't sound right to me, so I decided to go and get a different opinion. She did have me go to a radiologist who did an external ultrasound, and then they were able to determine where my fibroids were and how big they were. At that point in time, I had 3 fibroids that were about 5 centimeters each, a little under 5 centimeters each. After
3 fibroids, 5 centimeters each. Add that up, that's about 15 centimeters in total.
I went to the radiologist and I seen that gynecologist, and she made me bawl my eyes out, y'all. Like I was crying so bad because I was like, what do you mean? And
hold on, stop the show. She was crying. I know brothers don't like this type of shit, but I have to do this. But once again, the black woman crying. Well, beloved, she won't cry in front of you as a strong male. She won't cry if she delete her baby. What could make this woman cry?
That were about 5 centimeters each, a little under 5 centimeters each. After I went to the radiologist and I seen that gynecologist, and she made me bawl my eyes out, y'all. Like I was crying so bad because I was like, what do you mean? And I started doing my own research on fibroids because I hadn't heard anything about them. I started asking my family, like, hey, have you heard anything about this? And I found out that there were women in my family who actually had them and they got them removed or they had partial hysterectomies. But with hysterectomies or partial hysterectomies, you can't have children. And I'm in my 30s and I want children as I don't have any currently.
There you go, black man. Class is in session. She told her first lie. Talking about she wanted kids. She's in her 30s. She ain't do shit about her. Pussy double crossed her. And now to not have the option, because she don't want no damn kids. She just wants the option. It pains her. And another thing is that it's a big secret. She don't want to go telling the men that she's making love to, hey, you know, it's messy down there.
Thing about them, I started asking my family, like, hey, have you heard anything about this? And I found out that there were women in my family who actually had them and they got them removed or they had partial hysterectomies. But with hysterectomies or partial hysterectomies, you can't have children. And I'm in my 30s and I want children as I don't have any currently. So that wasn't a decision for me. Like I was not about to do anything that was going to cause me to not be able to have children. So I decided to look into alternative methods. So I was referred to a holistic practitioner who talked to me for a few hours and told me that there was a way that I could shrink my fibroids.
She went to a holistic practitioner. So the woman might have medical coverage. She might have coverage through her job, right? But she's still trying to find a holistic doctor because she's trying to avoid the hysterectomy or whatever the case is, right? And that costs money. And she's running around trying to, you know, figure out what's going on with this 30-something-year-old pussy.
To not be able to have children. So I decided to look into alternative methods. So I was referred to a holistic practitioner who talked to me for a few hours and told me that there was a way that I could shrink my fibroids. She told me that if I did the things that she was telling me to do, that I could change my period, shrink my fibroids, and be able to have a child. And I was all for that. So that was in June of 2020. I did all the things that she told me to do, but my birthday was in July. So even though I did the lifestyle change that she told me that I needed to do in June, and my period went from 8 days to 4, I backslid and I ended up eating stuff that I wasn't supposed to be eating and doing stuff and drinking. And that was all against the protocol that she had me on. And I ended up asking for a cheesecake for my birthday, and I ate the cheesecake and I ended up getting so sick.
There you have it, black man. Class is in session. She had direct orders to try to help herself, but she would throw it all away for her birthday. And you know, she knew what she was doing. That's what you call negligent behavior.
For a cheesecake for my birthday, and I ate the cheesecake and I ended up getting so sick. My period was horrible. Like, it was the worst period that I had in so long. I was like, I can't keep messing with my life like this. I cannot keep messing with my body. I have to make a change. This cannot be life for me. After I had that experience, I decided to go and get a different PCP. The PCP that I went to go see is my current PCP now, and I love her. Initially, I was actually supposed to go to the MD that was there, and she didn't have any availability. So they gave me, what is she? She's like a nurse practitioner. She's an NP. So I've been seeing her, and she's amazing. When I initially started to go see her, she did my labs, and she noticed that the practitioner that I'm seeing rests on my stomach, and she's just like, no. It was like, you know, making me nervous and making me uncomfortable. And I was like, I don't really like this. So I decided to go to a different gynecologist once again, not even once again, because I've seen 2 more after this. I went to,
like I said, brothers, I know this is pretty repetitive, but they start going to all these different doctors hoping that someone can give them the quick fix. And they don't understand this is years of built up illness.
To a different gynecologist, and I was like, well, maybe if I see a black doctor or somebody who has a more holistic approach to gynecology and reproductive health, then maybe.
The bitch went woke with her health. Yo, these bitches go woke with their bad put. Let's go.
Black doctor or somebody who has a more holistic approach to gynecology and reproductive health, then maybe they'll be more open to discussing with me about shrinking the fibroids or even different methods of getting rid of them. So I went to a black doctor.
Now, I want y'all to know something. She could just get the hysterectomy, but she wants to play around, okay? And think that she could still trap a man, whatever, man.
And he did an internal ultrasound, and he was like, oh yeah, you know, my wife was pregnant with fibroids and she had a 10-centimeter fibroid, but you're going to have to get surgery to get rid of these. And I was like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, nobody is telling me why these fibroids are causing me infertility. Like, we're doing all these exams and stuff, but none of my tubes are blocked. Like, nothing is wrong. So why am I having trouble getting pregnant? Like, nobody is telling me like what is going on. So the original gynecologist, or the one previous to this, she had me go and get a something that starts with an H, where they put you on this thing and then they put like a liquid or a dye inside of you to see like if it goes into your tubes or if there's any blockage or anything. And they seen that one of my tubes was completely open and the other one was kind of blocked. And that might be because one of the fibroids is on that side and blocking that tube. All of my fibroids are on the outside of the uterus, from what they know, because I can't get an MRI. After I seen that.
Whoa. Now, that's quite interesting. She can't get an MRI. That is some sort of condition, you know, with the, damn, what is it? So she can't get an MRI. This is a health thing. You understand? Damn.
Fibroids is on that side and blocking that tube. All of my fibroids are on the outside of the uterus, from what they know, because I can't get an MRI. After I seen that gynecologist and he told me the same thing, oh, you're going to have to go get surgery. I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I guess I was just looking for somebody to be on my side with it. Like, I just kept going to different doctors to just see what other people thought. And I also didn't want to get the C-section scar, the myomectomy. What they were telling me was that if I got the myomectomy, I would have to have a C-section birth, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have a natural birth. So I'm trying to find all these different ways around having the surgery. So then I went to see a different holistic practitioner, and she was on the phone with me for hours, putting together a plan for me to shrink these fibroids. And she told me some things to do, and they coincided with what the other holistic practitioner told me to do. I had ordered all these teas that I didn't use because I was very undisciplined. I was going through a lot at that time, and I don't know what was going on, but my mental health just wasn't where it needed to be. I kept starting the diet and falling off. It's not easy. I will say that it's not easy giving up everything that you know, because
there you have it.
Once you start this lifestyle change, you can't like go back and eat the way that you used to eat, because then they'll just grow back if you do shrink them. You really have to give up a lot of things and change everything that you know. That has been really challenging for me.
Now, that's part of the class. Giving up everything you know for the welfare of your box. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? No. Is it likely? No. Is it unlikely? Yes. Okay? Let's go.
It's that time of the month again. You know the drill. The bloating, the mood swings. And don't even get me started on the pain. Or how uncomfortable it is to just sit down. Every month, the body throws a pity party, waging war against itself. And whilst this process can be seamless for a lot of women, for others, it could mean hanging between life and death. Endometriosis. But unfortunately, diagnosis is still made really late. This road. So I had one surgery, and if
this chick got music behind her stuff. Let's move on.
Today, we are going to talk about something a little bit different. I actually have touched on this on my channel before. Last summer, I talked a little bit about endometriosis. And this month, I have finally faced my fear head on to find out whether or not I have endometriosis. Why I say it's a fear that I face is because, in case you don't know, in order to diagnose endometriosis, you have to have a surgery. And I'm not the kind of person that does well with the thought of surgery. I've never had, well, now I've had it. I never had surgery prior to this procedure. So I'm just going to cut right into the clips of how this month began. And then at the end, I'm going to come back and talk to you guys about what happened post-surgery.
All right. It is Monday, March 1st. I don't know what to call this. If this is the endo journey, or I don't want to claim something I don't know yet that I have, but it is very likely that I have it. If you are new here, I've spoken about this before on my channel before. I suffer from really, really bad period cramps, and I've been suffering since I was 14. I had about one completely non-painful period when I was a teen, and one less painful as an adult. But it's just safe to say I've always been in pain, and I've been trying everything under the sun, every remedy, every vitamin, every supplement, every diet, just to see if I can just like get rid of whatever I'm going through naturally. I know I do also have small fibroids too, that actually shrunk.
Stop the show. So she's going to the doctor for endo, but she also has the fibroids. One thing that I often teach over here is never just one thing wrong with the box. We don't make this stuff up. What we're basically trying to say, first of all, is women, black women, watch your health. Second of all, we're saying, well, why do you think that you could not treat men or cater to men knowing that you have conditions that's failing? And she will say to me, he don't know. What he don't know won't hurt him. And I got to say, touche.
It's just safe to say I've always been in pain, and I've been trying everything under the sun, every remedy, every vitamin, every supplement, every diet, just to see if I can just like get rid of whatever I'm going through naturally. I know I do also have small fibroids too, that actually shrunk. And I think that is based on certain things that I was eating and not eating actually. And I know I also have cysts. I do not have PCOS.
God damn. Damn, little mama. Fibroids, endometriosis, and ovarian cysts. Sheesh.
Eating and not eating actually. And I know I also have cysts. I do not have PCOS, as far as I know. I do get a small cyst, and usually like goes away or ruptures during my cycle. But
what?
This month I will be having a surgery, the laparoscopy surgery, to see if I have endometriosis, and that is the only way that endometriosis can be diagnosed. Don't know what other people say, but that is the only way endometriosis can be diagnosed. And I'm the kind of person that I run away from the word surgery. I've never had surgery before in my life, and it's one of my fears. And it looks like I have to face that fear head on this month, and I'm just going to do what I have to do because I'm tired of planning my life around my period. Like, you know, I've missed so many birthdays of friends and family, and you know, I would go on vacation sometimes and I would get sick on vacation. Like, I can no longer do this to myself. So,
ma'am, that is why they told you to get a man, somebody that can go through this with you and understand you. You're willing to try to get the surgery to reconstruct your box so that you can have fun and trick men. Yo, these people are sick, brothers. And another thing is that she ran from surgery, so she just let herself continuously, you know, decline. And now she has to do it. This is like I teach y'all. They wait till it's mandatory, where you can mess around and need a blood transfusion.
I'm at the very end of me dealing with this pain. Like, I just can't do it anymore. Just recently, Michael and I both did a raw vegan challenge to see if, you know, it will help my period. And obviously, 21-day raw vegan is not enough to see if it really impacts your period or not. You may have to go a little bit longer. But being that I did get my period on the last week of the challenge and it was painful, I don't want to go further and then be in pain again. Like, you know, it's only so long you can be a guinea pig for, and I don't want to be in that pain, especially when I have things to do. So
there you go, black man. Her vaginal health is based on her having things to do. And the black man say, ma'am, you are not a man. But she wants to tough it out. But just remember, after surgery, possible blood transfusion, a lot of, you know, bad things going on inside that body. And this is a small little girl, woman.
I called my GYN last week during my period, and I told her, I'm like, listen, I'm in pain right now. I just did this raw vegan challenge. And she actually told me, like, you know, she told me this last year. She said, if we try everything and you're still in pain, that's how she treats all her patients. She doesn't just she just doesn't go tell them, okay, let's do the surgery to see if you have endometriosis. She wants you to try every single thing. And if nothing works, then you go for the surgery. So I called her and I said, let's just schedule this. Let's just get over with it. I am tired. I need answers. And there could be other things going on that I don't know as well. So it's better to have it done than not. So I just came from, as you can see, let me take this off anyway. I just came from getting my CAT scan. Now, I got a CAT scan just so we can rule out any other things that might show up during the surgery. So my doctor knows exactly what she's seeing when she goes in. But I did express to her last year that sometimes when I cough and laugh and sneeze, I get like this bulge that pokes out by my pelvis, and I'll just push it back in. And she said, okay, that sounds like a hernia. And I'm not surprised because I thought,
what? Oh, hell no. Oh, man. Sheesh, man. That shit continues to get bad.
Pokes out by my pelvis, and I'll just push it back in. And she said, okay, that sounds like a hernia. And I'm not surprised because I thought so too. But I've been feeling that for, I want to say, about 2 years now. I felt that, maybe even more, but I just ignored it because it never really bothered me. But there are times where it feels like really tender in that area. And
there are times when it feels really tender in that area. Plus fibroids, plus ovarian cysts, plus endometriosis, right? And who knows what the fuck else, right? And when I try to tell you guys, the woman that you make love to could be making love to you in discomfort, not creating that great feeling that women's supposed to have when you fuck them. They have all sort of discomfort and all sorts of shit going on, fam. I'm trying to teach you here. You just don't understand. When you fuck this bitch and she not acting the way that when you normally fuck other bitches, it's so much to this story, man, with these bitches, man. That's before you add on drugs, alcohol, other numbing agents, you know? Just discomfort sex, like, yo, just, man.
And I would just push it back in because if you have a hernia, depending where it is, sometimes you could just like push it back in, but that's not really recommended to do. You should have it removed. So the CAT scan was to see if I have that and anything else. The CAT scan is not to detect endometriosis because it cannot be detected that way. So tomorrow the results should be in, and then I meet with my doctor again on Wednesday to discuss the next steps and to discuss the CAT scan results. How am I feeling? So I'm not as nervous as I was before over the years. I think I am, I feel a sense of bravery. I feel a sense of courage. I feel that I know that
Yo, hey, King Disagreeable, don't make me do it, man. I mean, today, Friday, you got to realize I'm a human being. Today's Friday. I ain't getting no money for doing this shit. I do what the fuck I want. But, like I said, everybody has gone political. You know, seems like it ain't about, you know, this shit no more. Everything's political. So I sat there and said to myself, fuck it. You know, we can go political. Fuck it.
I did everything that I could do for myself. I have been actively researching endometriosis for years. In the meantime, I just knew that I had dysmenorrhea. And one thing about dysmenorrhea, you can have stage 1. You can have dysmenorrhea 1 or dysmenorrhea 2. And dysmenorrhea can be caused by you just have period cramps, right? Which period cramps are not normal. So if you have period,
this woman should really tell some man, brother, I cherish the ground that you walk on. My pussy is way unhealthy. Like, this woman is fucked up. Damn, sis. Man.
you're attempting to find out why you have on this matter, which is why I really want to talk about it. I even spoke about it on my Instagram very openly about it. And, you know, I used to ask myself a lot of times, why me? Years and years and years, ask myself, why me? God, like, why do I have to be in this pain? Why?
That is a big problem. I want to be corny, son. I want to be corny. I'm trying, man. I get so caught up in reverting back to my natural horrible self. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, it's wild behavior, man. And then, you know, it's another thing that I realized about me in your live streams. I don't know. I don't know how to say it though, but like you say, the raw nature, man, it just don't make people want to rock with it. I watch these other guys and they know how to walk this weird line. And I sit there saying, damn, I don't know if I could do it. I'm not even on that. They're on a higher level than me. I don't even know. So I said to myself, I said, okay, you've been putting in this work all week. You'd have to get rid of all of us in the chat so other corny dudes can. That's another part. People won't feel comfortable in your chat rooms because anybody that rock with us, they would assume is raw like us. So I sit there, I said to myself, I watched this O'Shea Duke Jackson shit, and I'm like, fuck, this guy is good. This guy is good at being fucking corny, man. It's wild. I watch all this shit, and I be like, they're good at this. I don't know how I could ever compete with that. It's not even, you're not even trying to win against the bitches. Then you got to be corny. The other dudes, what? I don't know, man. But you got to understand, people, I don't know. I didn't check your sub count in a while, but I cannot get 800. It's the wildest shit I ever saw. We've been on 750 for 6 months. I was like, wow. Like, yo, we might as well just do what we do. Like I said, all I could do is help.
And now it hits me. Now I know why. It's not meant for me to keep to myself. I have to talk about it because what I realized last week, and I'm getting emotional now. What I realized.
Getting emotional now. Every time they talk about that bad pussy, they get emotional. And they lie. I'm going to talk about it open now. Now, how could it be true if she's just going to disregard men? The reason why it's a lie, she's not going to be presenting to the man and say, look, I'm like somebody you should really want to be with, brother. My pussy messed up. I can't have no kids. I done had complications, but I do still enjoy sex. I'm a hell of a fuck toy. So, you know, it's all bullshit.
That last week was that when I was sharing it on my Instagram, there were a lot of women that were responding to my Instagram stories saying that they have the same pain.
Hey, yo, even that nigga Corey Holcomb came disagreeable. The nigga Corey Holcomb, I watched his show the other day because I wanted to know if he went to the Rizza Islam convention about women's bad vaginal health, right? And he said, yeah, I went to Rizza Islam joint, and he ain't say shit. These niggas know they don't want to win this shit. Like, there's some other shit, man, but I'm over it, man. I really am. I'm just doing it. I don't even give a fuck no more. I said I'm going to put this little bit of time in right now, and I'm enjoying my Friday, man. I mean, we are trying to help these niggas, King. Yeah, my numbers ain't shit, but your count is kind of crazy. I've seen it not move, and you have asked people to comment, like, even if they say some bullshit, but right. I've never seen anything like it. They give me 2 subscribers, they take 2 subscribers. I can't get 200 subscribers. That's wild. 200 subscribers so I could get monetized. And that's why I said, I done came to grips with it as far as like, okay, you know, before I got that stupid strike, which was a warning, but it still was a strike. I gotta actually go outside this summer. This shit is crazy. Because I'm gonna see what this system is really about. I'm gonna go outside this summer. I'm gonna get my 200 subs hand to hand. And I want to see what happens then. That's the reason why I keep doing these little live streams and all this dumb shit, you know, to keep the watch hours up. So when I get my 100, my 1,000 subs, as well as I know I'm spitting game. I know I'm spitting game. Like, and that's another thing. Women ain't fucking with me. Look what I'm doing. I'm exposing everything they got, man. One of their superpowers. They ain't fucking with me.
And they didn't know what it was or what it is, but they just are told that their periods are normal. They're just told that their periods are normal and to take birth control, take Advil, and that's okay. Let's do this without crying. Period cramps are not normal. Many doctors have told me, you know, okay, we're gonna put you on Loestrin. That was a form of birth control, and it kind of helped with the pain, but I knew it wasn't that.
Like I said, this shit is like routine. It's nothing that none of you niggas don't know already. This is all rhythm. This is rhythm to the beat type shit. And like I said, one thing we have learned, Black women, as much as they get up here and tell these stories, and it's endless, they still ain't trying to help each other. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. They will pray, but they will not help. They will not really make it a big deal. And that's because it will expose them. That's like all of the men coming out saying, yo, we peeing out pus. You know, no, we can't say that. They're going to be like, oh, y'all got some sick ones.
Something that I wanted to be on. I was on birth control at a very young age. I was like 14 when I was on it.
There you go. I was on birth control at 14 years old. Her pussy ain't been shit since she was 14 years old. Now, why, Prince? Because she's been trying to tend to her pussy just to get over and have some man care about it. Look, let me tell you something what women know. Women know. Yo, y'all ain't gonna believe this shit, but women know that men can fuck them and have a great time and love them for fucking them while they are in pain, discomfort, knowing that they got heavy periods and they could possibly bleed. I mean, all sorts of shit that they'll fuck you with. And if you happen to love them over that shit, or if you're supposed to have the silent contract that, yo, after you fuck me, we should, you know, start working on a commitment or whatever. They know they got niggas beat by miles.
Question that was a form of birth control, and it kind of helped with the pain, but I knew it was not something that I wanted to be on. I was on birth control at a very young age. So I was like 14 when I was on it, and I just didn't like the way I just didn't like the way the pill made me feel. But you know, again, I still did I still did my own research to find out, you know, what could be possibly going on with me. What can I do? What changes can I make to my diet? How active do I need to be? But again, my point is, this is not something that anybody should be suffering from. And if your doctor is telling you it's just how your body is, you need to find another doctor. I'm telling you. The doctor that I have now is thanks to my friend Patrice, is her OBGYN as well. I've been seeing her for a year now, and she's the first doctor to tell me that, listen, the symptoms that you are telling me sounds like it could be endometriosis, but with all my patients, I do not do the surgery first. We go through all the stages. We try over-the-counter medication, painkillers. We try. I've been a guinea pig for over 15 years at this point. Like,
whoa!
Pain, no. You should not be in pain. And there are women that are like, oh my God, I do not know what you're going through. So it's just like, listen, know your body, take care of yourself, really listen to your heart. And that's what I had to end up doing, because I know there are family and friends out there that just like, oh, you can just do this or try this one more thing. And I'm just like, no, I'm at the end. I've been a guinea pig for over 15 years at this.
I've been a guinea pig for over 15 years. That Pop the Balloon shit had pissed me off. No one likes that show. The reactions made it blow. I would say. And they stole the idea. I agree, man. This is not a free platform. This is, you know, and believe me, King Disagreeable, I could speak for you on this behalf. If we had bitches coming to our shows, and, you know, not that we couldn't pay and get bitches to do it, but we won't. But if we had bitches coming to our shows and we could like have this conversations that we want to have and this and that, and people take our clips and they rock, why would I give a damn? I mean, Kevin Samuels was a little different because they would take his shit before he could even put it out. So I could understand that little, you know, you might be a little upset about that. That's cool. But at the end of the day, free speech. Like, if you take my clips and you reacting to my shit, I think it's cool. Like, I'm getting the watch time. I'm not going to flag you. But we're in a new era, man. Like I said, it pisses me off that brothers like us, real hip-hop historians, this is the new hip-hop. And all the fake hip-hop is thriving. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, man. Same thing, man. Same thing.
Point, like, well, more than that, I'm 32 now. So imagine, like, I'm not going to plan another month around my life around my period. I'm not going to plan another month of my life around my period. So I'm just going to go through with this. And I'm just, the only thing I'm concerned about is that after my surgery, my period does come a couple days after that. And it's likely to be one of the worst periods I ever had, because I will still be in the process of healing during that time internally. So I'm going to.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like I said, it's like hip hop. I mean, you're making my point. The Africans came in and controlled the sound of hip hop for a while. Like, what? Yeah, that shit. I don't even know the name of them songs, man. Them African joints that was supposed to be rocking. I was like looking at my bitches and all these other, like, yo, y'all really letting hip hop do? Y'all letting African songs be on the radio? Like, y'all crazy, man. You niggas will accept anything. And that's why my channel won't grow. I can tell you that.
It'll still be a little sore. So imagine being sore and like having a period at the same time. Like, I can only imagine, because I don't know what that feels like, because I haven't had surgery. So yeah, I'm going to take you guys along on this journey, and I really, 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 really hope this speaks to somebody. I really hope that this gives someone else courage. I'm going to be brave for all of us, and I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to document every single step of the way. And I really hope that it helps someone else out there too. right, happy Wednesday. It is the day of my follow-up appointment with my GYN. I will be getting the results of my CAT scan that I took on Monday and having an examination as well, and speaking about the upcoming surgery and what to expect. I'm hoping for the best. And which is great. But she did explain to me that the CAT scan did pick up a fibroid and a polyps and a cyst, all on my left side of my uterus. The cyst is in my ovary. It's small. She's not worried about it. The polyps is nothing to worry about. It's the fibroid. Now, I know that the last time I had a transvaginal sonogram last year, that they did also see a 2 small fibroids at the time. Nothing to worry about. But before we do the lap surgery, which that's when they put the camera inside of me to see what's going on, see if there's any endo tissue, she does want to figure out the size of the fibroid, because she does believe that the fibroid could be also the reason why I'm having so much pain. Now, there's a lot of things to unpack there for me, because being that I've been told that I have a fibroid before and it was small enough to worry about, I do wonder if I've been having fibroids on and off and it has been causing the pain during my periods or what. So we're going to find out the size of the fibroid. Now, if this fibroid is of a size that she thinks she needs to operate on it, I will be having a lap plus fibroid surgery and removal of fibroids, which means that's 2 different cuts. And that also means it's 2 different times of me recovering. A lap can take up to a week or 2. Fibroid surgery can take 3 to 4 weeks. I am hoping for the former and not the latter. So yeah, this is where we are. I will keep you guys posted.
Ma'am, you speak so well. You speak so elegant and eloquent, but you didn't pay attention to your box. Now, you couldn't do nothing about it. It was going to go bad anyway. But what happened was you were supposed to get a man. See, that is what was the missing factor with your dumb ass bitch. Going through this shit all alone, you dumb bitch. Yo, these bitches are crazy, son. Transatlantic sonogram. It's not a game.
Posted and let you know how this goes. All right, so another day, another medical examination. I am going for my sonogram now that I told you guys about yesterday. I'm just going to head in there now, and hopefully the medical technician can tell me the size of this fibroid, so I don't have to wait for my doctor to tell me. So,
and also, you know, even King Disagreeable, which I know this is a tall ass. I even want King Disagreeable to care about the black woman. To care that this bitch is in this car looking like a complete asshole. I mean, this is a death stare. This is a death stare, son. That bitch is staring into the abyss of box morality. The abyss of box morality. Or mortality, whatever. Mortality. Right.
And hopefully the medical technician can tell me the size of this fibroid, so I don't have to wait for my doctor to tell me. So let's get this over with. And if it's not dark when I come back out here, I will give you guys an update as to what happened. And I'm really not looking forward to this sonogram. It's not the most comfortable sonogram, but suck it up and do what I have to do.
They told you to get a man and do what you have to do, but you didn't want to do that. Now you got to suck it up and deal. This is, like I said, they waited until she has to get the surgery. Well, we don't know yet, but it sounds like it.
All right. It's March 17th. It's 6:30 a.m. It's the morning of my surgery. We're leaving here at 7. Michael's just in the shower, just waiting for him to get out. I don't know.
Hold up. What she said?
It's not.
What she said?
It's March 17th. It's 6:30 a.m. It's the morning of my surgery. We're leaving here at 7. Michael's just in the shower, just waiting for him to get out.
Michael is in the shower. That's what I was listening for. Now, I hope is it Michael, her son, or her husband? Sounds like her husband or her boyfriend. Man, This nigga is a joke.
I don't know how I'm feeling right now. I know I'm a little bit nervous, but I also feel a sense of calm knowing that I have a great doctor and I'm in good hands. I am looking forward to knowing what's going on in my uterus, whether or not I do have endometriosis. I didn't give you guys an update from the pap smear. I didn't give you guys an update about the transvaginal sonogram because it was so dark when I left. But the results of that vaginal sonogram was that there is 2 small fibroids and 1 cyst on my left ovary. Thankfully, the fibroids are small. They're about the size of a Cheerio, so the doctor's not worried about it. She's not even going to do anything with it. And compared to my sonogram from February 2020, they haven't really increased in size, so that's a good sign. However, I will be continuing making changes here and there to my diet just to make sure they don't grow anymore. I just want them to shrink. But one is located in the cavity of my uterus, and she said that one might be causing a lot of pain during my menstrual and may cause me to bleed a bit heavier just because of the location. The cyst, small as well, she's not worried about it. She did.
No shit. I watch your shit. I'm like, yo, you getting good views over there. Now, mind you, we ain't getting shit that we supposed to get, but I'm like, at least you getting some decent views, brother. Well, comparative to what we're doing. We should have way more views, man. And I'm not even trying to be greedy, but you telling me we're not breaking, crazy, son. It is a little disheartening, man. Like you said, you got to be brothers like us, to have any sort of fortitude to do this shit, knowing that you're trying to help people or whatever the case is.
Tell me when she does the surgery if she can get to it.
I definitely would say the language, man. O'Shea and everybody, but then everybody else curse. Like, it's wild. I feel like that's the algo messing with us. I know most people, right? You don't talk in chats. True. That is important. I agree. You do move around. I agree with that.
She will pop it. So we can just get rid of the cyst. I didn't want to hear those words. I didn't expect that, but if she can get rid of it, fine. Rather not have it. But I have been experiencing a lot of, I wouldn't say pain, but a lot of discomfort on my left side for the past 2 weeks. And I've noticed that my abdominal area is inflated. It looks like my stomach is big. But the discomfort is just I barely got any relief. It just feels like something's just grazing against my side. It's not period pain. It just feels like this grazing feeling. But anyway, I just feel like maybe this is just the perfect time for me to have surgery. All the feels are happening at once. So I just pray for relief. So after the surgery, we will give you an update. And I just pray everything goes well.
Oh, well, hold on. Hackensack Medical Health. Hold on. What's that?
I'm just praying everything goes well.
I thought that was only up here by Jersey. That is Pascack Valley. Where the fuck is that at? But Hackensack, that's Hackensack Meridian. Okay.
How do you feel?
Nervous.
So she got a boyfriend. Horrible woman, King.
First time doing surgery?
You know that answer is yes.
But I have to ask it. Not everybody knows.
Yes. I'm nervous. I'm cold. I don't know what to think. But
dang.
Right. So post operation. I don't know anything. After the surgery, I felt some pain in my stomach, similar to period pain.
So she didn't operate.
So help me out here. What else did she tell you?
That it wasn't anything severe, so she didn't operate. Just went in the camera and looked at everything as far as your fallopian tubes and your ovaries, and said that there was no damage. So there was nothing conclusive in order for her to do any kind of operation. So,
which is good news.
Yeah,
that's what I was most concerned about. Just due to the level of pain that I usually have, makes me assume that there's some damage going on in my stomach, and that's not the case. She said IUD might be an option, which I'm not sure if that's something I want to do due to the time that I need to have the IUD.
next steps, other than healing, I think the diet approach might be really helpful. Continuing with like not having dairy, which can feed endo and fibroids.
Do you feel like this was the right decision?
Yeah, because now I have better answers. Because I think if I didn't do this, I would have kept assuming that my ovaries are messed up, or I would assume the worst just based on the kind of pain I get. But now I'm just rest assured knowing that they're still good, they're healthy, they can have babies.
Disclaimer, she did say everything looks great.
Now, there we go with this babies thing again, King. It's not because she wants to have any. She's 32. She's been on birth control all her life. Her pussy been fucked up and all this other stuff. Hernia, all sorts of shit, right? And she just want to know that she could have babies. Ma'am, that don't mean you're going to have a good, healthy, full motor skills. Ma'am. But they say, you know, it's some sort of comforting measure. I'm trying to put the shit together for you. Even the prince trying to make sense of this shit is out of control. Look, so it's some sort of comforting measure to say, oh, I can have babies. What does that mean? Nothing.
So, yeah, now I'm just in the recovery room. I should be here for another hour, and they're going to feed me, and then they're going to release me.
How do you feel overall?
Overall, I'm happier now that I have answers. And I'm happy knowing that it's not as extreme as I thought it was. However, the pain will still be there. But we'll see.
How do you feel as far as the pain post-surgery? On a scale from 1 to 10.
When I finished, you can come, sure, yeah. And just keeping a close eye on my pain so I can tell Dr. Jean.
On my right side. Some people get some like up here on their stomach and another one on the left side. It depends on the situation. Endometriosis is when the lining of the uterus.
All right, let's move on. I'm using my little bit of time up, King. You know.
Cycles had always been painful. From as far back as I can remember, I just remember always being in so much pain and having to take so much medicine just to function. Lots of pain, heavy bleeding, messing up my clothes in school, carrying around bottles of medicine just so that I can function during the school hours. Y'all, it was a lot. And just the word menstrual cycle for me, just pain, right? Just a lot of pain. And so I remember having to get on birth control at a very young age. If I'm not mistaken, I need to ask my mom, but I think I got on birth control around maybe age 14 or 15, because at the time my mom and my doctor thought that that was the best thing for me because I was in so much pain and just experiencing a lot of heavy bleeding. So I was on birth control from age 15 on up until, I'm going to say maybe 24 or 25. And I decided to take myself off birth control because I felt like I didn't need it. And I was just like, you know what? I just want to see how I will be able to function without being on birth control. Because at the time I was just like, I was hearing a lot about how birth control can affect your fertility. And I was just, okay, I do want to have kids at some point. So let me take myself off of this birth control. So that's why I decided to actually get off birth control. And when I decided to take myself off birth control, all the pain came back. The heaviness came back, the pain came back, and y'all, it was a lot. It was overwhelming. I just remember having to take medicine. Back then I was able to take a leave, and I was just popping them like Tylenol just to get throughout the day. And now I'm older, I'm an adult, so I'm a working adult. And so I'm having to take medicine just to get to work and also be able to stay at work because y'all, when my cycle was on, it was just so painful. And the bleeding was just so crazy. Like I was wearing those really, you know, the heavy pads, the pads for heaviness. I was going through them like so fast. And I remember having to leave work a few times early because I had like messed up my pants, or not even being able to come to work because I just felt like I'm just in a lot of pain and I don't have time to be taking care of nobody else. I have to take care of me. So y'all, so embarrassing. It felt like, man, like, why am I the only one like going through this, y'all? It was just traumatic. I don't even know how to really explain it, but just traumatic. And so now as an adult, I'm calling out of work, having to leave work early. So just feeling really embarrassed. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But okay, so age 25, I decided to take myself off birth control. And like I said, all of the pain just came back, right? And so at the time I had told my OB about like, hey, I'm off birth control now. I am experiencing a lot of pain again. And her suggestion was to get back on birth control. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So what I decided to do was I decided to find another doctor. And so I went to another doctor, kind of told her about, just the pain that I was in, the heavy bleeding. And again, she told me, one of the doctors, because at this point, I had changed doctors 3 times after the first initial appointment with the doctor that I was with.
Yo, son, trust me, man. Yo, son, I wish, man. I wish I can go, man. Believe me. Believe me, man. I'm upset. I'm upset. Like, even this channel, I'm sure I could get to 200 subs if I just go to the DR real quick and do a box investigation. I mean, for real. It's ridiculous, man.
They said get on birth control. I decided to find another doctor. They said birth control. Then I was like, nope, I'm gonna find somebody else. And then she said, well, have you tried just taking medicine?
Yo, why don't you care about the black woman sometimes? Why don't you care?
Taking a Tylenol, taking an Aleve, whatever you're able to take before your cycle. Tried that, still was in a lot of pain. And then she also recommended birth control as well. But one of the doctors also talked about, changing my diet, maybe going on a vegan journey. And to be honest, I was open to it. But back then, a 25-year-old, you're telling them that, I was just like, oh, I cannot do that. It has to be another way, right? And so...
Brother, man, you already know. Nobody would love to do this stuff more than me. You know how pissed off I am, man. I'm so pissed, man. Like, I wish, like, shit. It's getting this money. You wouldn't be able to, niggas would know where I'm at. What we be doing. We'll be making, real serious moves abroad. Not playing. For real. I'm trying, man. I am trying. I don't just sit around after this shit is over, man. I'm trying to get it.
Even hard to focus on learning how to change my diet, right? So yeah, it was just a lot. And so by this time, a few years had passed of me going through all of this pain, trying to find new doctors. And then I'm going to say, was I 28 or 29? I ended up, I was dating my now husband. And so even when we were dating, I remember days I had to, wake him up and tell him like, hey, I need to go to the emergency room. Can you take me to the emergency room? Because I'm literally laying on the floor in my bathroom in so much pain. And it was just, it was just so stressful. And it was a lot to just be going through at, such a young age. I don't care what age you are, it's overwhelming. But I was just so overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do. So the first time I went to the ER, I remember them just giving me some pain medicine and IV, and then I got home and the pain came back. And then the second time, I remember having these, and now I've never had kids before, so I'm just going by what I've seen, what I've heard. I was having like these contraction-like pains in my stomach, and like I could literally see my stomach moving, and then it'll stop. And then 5 minutes again, 5 minutes go by, the pain comes back, and it's just like, I'm just like, okay, what is going on with me? So I ended up going to the emergency room. I'll never forget that day because I could barely walk down the steps, and my husband had to help me like get in the car. But we were dating at the time, but my now husband, he had to get me in the car, and he took me to the emergency room. And so I was in so much.
He still married that bitch. He still married her. That's a good man. Give that man some credit. That's a good man.
much pain, I was crying. So they decided at the emergency room to do an ultrasound. And when they did the ultrasound, that's when they found out. They were like, hey, you have a fibroid. I see a fibroid on your ultrasound. You need to follow up with your OB so that you guys can talk about next steps, because this could be one. So time went on. I'm thinking, say like a month later, my cycle came on again. And I remember,
do you think this man, but she had to marry that nigga? She knows she fucked up. Damn.
Calling a nearby OB, place or whatever. And I remember calling them, just telling them like, hey, I'm in so much pain. Do you have a nurse practitioner or someone that can see me, because I can't even sit up in the bed? Like, I'm hurting so bad. And so they actually told me to come a few hours later. They had a nurse practitioner that can actually see me. So I actually went to see her. So grateful for her. I went to see her, told her all my symptoms, told her about what the ER had said about the fibroids. And she was like, okay, that definitely made me felt so good. I had the longest appointment with her, just telling her about my symptoms, telling her what I've experienced, the pain level. Like, she listened to everything. She even did like a pelvic exam, and she just really listened to me. And I was just so grateful for that experience. And so we ended up doing another ultrasound so that she could actually see the fibroid. And so after that ultrasound, I could not work the first week of the month because it was so hard for me to get out of bed. And I'm so grateful for my job understanding the pain that I was in, because any other job probably would have fired me. They probably would have just got sick of me and was just like, you calling out every month and y'all.
You should be grateful for your husband. Any other man would have fired your ass.
When I went back and looked, when I was taking notes and writing down my journey, it was almost a year and a half of me taking off at least 4 to 5 days a month because of my cycle, because I could not get out of bed. And, normal, just talking to other people about their cycles, normally by day 2 or 3, they're feeling better. No, day 4 and 5, I was still had heavy bleeding, and I also was in a lot of pain. And so, y'all, I was just telling my doctor, I was like, this is affecting my quality of life. Like, I have to do something. So that's how we decided that surgery would be the best option for me to have the fibroid.
So after all was said and done, she had to say to her husband, I have to reconstruct my pussy in order to rock with you.
Fibroids removed. Long story short, I ended up having a myomectomy and had the fibroids removed. And I also had that video on my channel. If you would like to see my journey with that. But I want this video to be all about the end of my endometriosis journey. And so, long story short, during that surgery, my doctor saw that I had endometriosis. And at that time, she said it was just a little bit. So she did break this down to me. So she was like, I believe that the fibroids was contributing to the heaviness and the pain, but endometriosis may be the problem that you are having. So what we're going to do, we're going to track your cycles, track your pain, see how you feel in the next colitis. And so taking a leave and other different medications can actually throw me into a flare-up. So
hold on.
And so, I was hopeful, because I'm going to say maybe my first cycle was a little bit better, but each cycle, y'all, the pain just kept coming back. I just noticed I was popping Tylenol like candy. And now I'm only able to take Tylenol right now because I do I have ulcerative colitis.
Oh,
and so
right.
Taking a leave and other different medications can actually throw me into a flare-up. So Tylenol is kind of the safest pill for me to take. And so that's what I've been using to so I just kind of, started doing my research a little bit, but I was like, I'm just praying and hoping that, taking care of the fibroids would do the trick. But no, it didn't. I can say for sure that removing those fibroids definitely helped with the heaviness of my cycles, because my cycle isn't heavy at all. It's still long. It's still about 7 to 8 days, but it's not heavy at all. But when I tell you.
So even after a reconstructed pussy, her husband still got to deal with an 8-day-a-month cycle, plus other mental bullshit and physical that she can use as an excuse to make it more than or close to damn near half a month that she's not able to be played with in a romantic way. But he's not a good man.
The pain that I experienced, and I also noticed this too after surgery.
He's not a good man if he cheats on her.
Surgery. Just the pain, I can't even explain it, but it feels like somebody is stabbing you with a knife in your pelvic area. And so I felt those stabbing pains, and I started to feel pain before my cycle, after my cycle. And I'm just like, what is happening? Because why am I feeling so much pain and my cycle isn't even on? I remember this one experience that I had. I'll never forget. I was in the Chick-fil-A line in the front, and y'all, this pain came, and I kind of like stumbled a little bit, and they had asked me, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. But y'all, it just felt like somebody was taking a knife and sticking me in my pelvic area, and it was hurting so bad. And then something that I also experienced was pain with intimacy, and not just pain.
What I teach you niggas, what do I? Yes, baby. Talk to the yo. Talk to these niggas, sweetheart. Let these niggas know the prince ain't lying. Hey. Only for the most part, King Disagreeable, another my brother, but more importantly, King Disagreeable. He understands, man. These bitches will make sure that I'm telling the truth. I don't have to speak for them. I do not speak against them. I'm only here to tell the other side of the story. And the last part that came to me through the last few days was to let you guys know that women will have sex with you and be intimate with you in discomfort. I was trying to get that through to you guys. Guys laughed at me, not understanding. No, you could have a great time with that woman, and she's like in pain the whole damn time. Bro, this is game.
And sticking me in my pelvic area, and it was hurting so bad. And then something that I also experienced was pain with intimacy, and not just pain with intimacy, y'all. When I had a pelvic exam, oh my God, it felt like it was my first pelvic exam, right? And I'm just like, what is going on? So
see what she did there? That lets you know bitches ain't shit. Instead of her, she just explained it in a roundabout way. And then King Disagreeable is a horrible dude. Never listen to his mindset. He said that bitches be having mad fibroids inside their pussy, and they use their Kegel muscles, and you in there fucking all this mutation in her pussy, right? And she turning you out. You fucking this pussy, you loving it, son. Wow, that bitch putting all that work on you in real life. Man. So what she was trying to say was being intimate with her husband was horrible. She didn't just say it because she didn't want to give that man credit for being with her. What she did, she said, even when I had my pelvic exam, it was like me having my first pelvic exam, meaning that when they stuck something up in her pussy, it felt like she was a virgin. That's how lumpy and fucked up her pussy was on the inside. And that is the analogy that she's using to describe how it was intimate, with her husband, how she was intimate with her husband.
Bad. And then something that I also experienced was pain with intimacy, and not just pain with intimacy, y'all. When I had a pelvic exam, oh my God, it felt like it was my first pelvic exam, right? And I'm just like, what is going on? So my symptoms were having those stabbing pains, having pain, whether my cycle was on, off, or it just went off. I just kind of always being in pain. Also, something recently that has started to happen, and just doing research, I found out, it can start going into other parts of your body. So my legs have been aching. Like sometimes I just feel like my left leg is always hurting, especially.
Ma'am, if you don't let your husband go get with a healthy woman, ma'am, won't you let your husband go? That man deserved to be with a regular person, ma'am. But you did a good job by trapping him. You got somebody to care for you. That's something that I preach for you black women. But damn, I would love for you to say you're strong and independent, and you let him go because he was a good man and he deserves a healthy woman.
And just doing research, I found out, it can start going into other parts of your body. So my legs have been aching. Like sometimes I just feel like my left leg is always hurting, especially like around the time of my cycle, my leg starts to hurt. And so I noticed that's another symptom as well. Pain with intimacy just being so uncomfortable. And just pain with my pelvic exams. And so kind of.
Now, is that the type of wife that man should have? Who cares about him? Look at the wife he has. It's fucked up, man. Bitch should let that man go.
Pain with intimacy just being so uncomfortable. And just pain with my pelvic exams. And so kind of had been following up with my doctor like every 3 to 6 months and just telling her just how my cycles were. And so we decided, she literally told me, she was like, Shanika, I don't specialize in endometriosis, so I don't really know too much about it, but I want you to go see a pelvic floor therapist. And I was like, okay. She's like, this is going to help with pain with intimacy. It'll also help with just relaxing your muscles, because you may be dealing with some pelvic floor dysfunction due to all of this pain that you are having in your body. And so y'all, I prayed and I just called and I was like, do you guys have?
I've never looked up why white women don't get fibroids. Like I say, they get it, but it's based in hereditary with the blacks more, But let's say that they did have fibroids, right? Let's say that every white woman in the whole wide world has fibroids, right? Look at their diet. Their diet is not going to make them grow. They're not going to do everything that the black woman does diet-wise to have the fibroids and all of the other conditions flare up. Now, I'm not saying that they do have the endometriosis though. But as far as fibroids, we always notice that, hey, it's associated with diet, gut health, and shit like that. And, white women, they fuck themselves up more by doing that birth control. But as far as diet, they're not going to eat everything that the black woman is going to eat. That's going to rapidly grow fibroids in you, over a 7.5 year span, 5 year span. It's like a keloid inside of black people. I don't see whites with them. They have them, man. It's just that black women talk so much shit to us. They put up statues. They do all this shit. And they think that they're perfect. And they think, man, we can go on and on, let you know how you ain't shit in many, many ways. But, it's whatever. I think one of my sex worker girlfriends had them. I just didn't understand Spanish like that back then, right? Once you start really thinking about all the fucks you had, man, like, oh, wow, like weird shit. A lot of times, because I used to think bitches was running from the dick all the time. It's sometimes it's a little more than that. And they are so much of a gladiator that they'll try to find the right wiggle way. But then when you go fuck somebody and you can just fuck, you like, wow, now that's some fun pussy. And it's just a whole 1 + 1 shit, carry the 2 shit, all this other bullshit. You like, wow. She always wanted to smash, but told me it started hurting, right? I thought I was just putting in the work when I was back in the, States. She went to the hospital. Yo, bro, you start to play back some of these fucks, but you be like, wow. Crazy work, man. Especially when you say, well, damn, I was with this bitch and I could like grind up in there and do all this other shit. You like, wow, that is a pleasant pussy. She ain't doing all that other shit. And that's just from a physical aspect. Once we get scientifical, that's what we're doing here.
Anybody, I ended up going on Google and just finding someone that actually took my insurance. So long story short, I started to see a pelvic floor therapist. I absolutely love her. She has been so great and patient with
a pelvic floor therapist. Ma'am, if you don't let your husband go, a pelvic floor therapist. Ma'am, I've never heard of a term. Your pussy fucked up.
long story short, I started to see a pelvic floor therapist. I absolutely love her. She has been so great and patient with me, and pelvic floor therapy has been life-changing for me. So if you have endometriosis and you are experiencing pain with intimacy or pain with your pelvic exam, or you just feel like, you know, you just having a lot of discomfort, seeing a pelvic floor therapist has been life-changing for me. So
now, how was it life-changing for you? Because I get to fuck my husband every now and then. Would you ever think about letting him go being with a healthier pussy that he can run through? Hell no. He wouldn't want to go anywhere. He loved his sick pussy. Right.
are experiencing pain with intimacy or pain with your pelvic exam, or you just feel like, you know, you just having a lot of discomfort, seeing a pelvic floor therapist has been life-changing for me.
And I like to do the black women, man, because, you know, they, you know, you believe you look good and everything, boo.
So as I started going to pelvic floor therapy weekly or every 2 weeks, I happened to ask her, I was like, hey, I'm actually looking for a doctor that specializes in endometriosis. Do you get any
fucking embarrassing your husband like this, bitch? You ain't shit.
recommendations from doctors? And she was like, yes. So y'all, she ended up writing me a list of doctors that actually refer to her as for pelvic floor therapy. So the doctor.
Oh, hold on. They got wedding pictures in the back. Oh, this bitch ain't shit. Yeah, they got wedding pictures in the back.
Clients to her. And so she gave me a list. And so I ended up just looking over the list. I prayed over it and I just said, Lord.
And it was nice. It looked good.
Ended up praying, ended up calling one, and y'all.
The wedding pictures look good.
First, just to make sure that she actually
oh man, she trap black.
Specialized in endometriosis, because something that I've learned on this journey too, all OBs aren't specialized in endometriosis. So you need someone that actually specialized, that is actually specialized and trained in this. And so I ended up calling the doctor. I ended up getting an appointment the next week. And yeah, so I ended up seeing her, and she was really nice. Number one, I can tell that she was definitely knew about endometriosis. She was very compassionate too. And she actually listened to me. One thing I love before I even went into the appointment is like she knew about me. So that means she was like looking over my records. She also told me the doctor that I was going to, they work really closely down. And so I've just been dealing with this for so long. Long story short, I ended up having an appointment yesterday. And so let me go back. So my first appointment with this doctor, I was telling her all my symptoms, telling her that I was actually interested in having surgery. I was not interested in getting on birth control or any medication that they would recommend to just deal with the symptoms. I was like, no, I want to get this up out of my body. So she did still give me a list of different things that she would suggest, but she was like, if you're open to surgery, that's fine. Let's do another ultrasound. Since you haven't had one in about a year or two, let's do another ultrasound just to make sure there isn't anything else, and we'll go from there. And so long story short, I just had my appointment yesterday. I had another ultrasound done, and they did see just a small fibroid, nothing to be worried about, like a pea-sized fibroid. And also I have a cyst on my left ovary that's about the size of a small grape. But something that she also saw, and I remember the person that did the ultrasound, she said, hey, you know that we aren't able to see endometriosis from the ultrasound, but I'm going to do something. I forgot what she called it. She said, I'm going to do something just to make sure that, because this will be able to show for patients with endometriosis, this will be able to show if, you know, there are some markers or something that they will be able to, that will be able to show that the endometriosis is in there. And I knew for a fact it was in there because my last doctor saw it, but she was just saying, you know, we're going to do this one thing. I can't remember what it was, but she was like, I'm going to do something and you're going to be able to know. So getting my results, so they saw the fibroid, they saw a cyst on my left ovary, but they saw something. And I was just like, you know what? I'm so grateful that they saw this. So that the thing that she said that she wanted to do just to make sure this will be able to tell them that the endometriosis is in there. They saw something called a negative sliding scale. And so that basically means my organs, I have restricted organ mobility and movement, which this indicates that endometriosis is present. And
there you have it, black man. She has wedding photos in the back. Would we all be safe saying her husband got a raw deal? Can we all say that safely? Her husband got a raw deal.
And so that basically means my organs, I have restricted organ mobility.
If your wife had that, would you say you got a raw deal if you never knew that this was going to happen at 28 or some shit like that? Would you say you got a raw deal? Talk to me, King.
They saw something called what is it? A negative sliding scale. And so that basically means my organs, I have restricted organ mobility and movement, which this indicates that endometriosis is present and it could be severe. And so, yeah, so that is where I am, but it just validates.
Platypus Dreams. I bet she didn't even offer to give up the booty. You're nasty, 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 nasty. You're a nasty, nasty. You're a nasty nigga. You're a nasty, nasty nigga, man. Yo, bro. This dude here. That's my type of nigga. You want to talk about a workaround? This nigga here. Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus.
Man, yes. Yeah, so that is where I am, but it just validates everything that I've been experiencing, because at times I used to just tell my husband, I'm just like, I don't know, it just feels like everything is stuck together, like something isn't right. And even on days that I choose to,
Platt, I've been telling you this for months now. The husband, what a fucking heartbroken man. She would tell her husband, everything just feel like stuck. When you fuck me, it doesn't matter. Unbelievable. I'm with you because you care about me and you provide a life. When you fuck me, it don't matter. Hope you're getting yours.
And so, yeah, so that is where I am, but it just validates everything that I've been experiencing, because at times I used to just tell my husband, I'm just like, I don't know, it just feels like everything is stuck together, like something isn't right. And even on days that I choose to, fast, I can just feel something in my pelvic area. And I know it isn't food. I know it isn't just anything. It's like I can feel that endometriosis in there. And so I say all this to say, I just wanted to just talk about my experience with endometriosis, and I'm praying that this will just give insight to someone who is like, I don't know what's going on with my body, right? But I have chosen to have surgery to have the endometriosis removed. This is something that I've been praying about, talking with my husband about, talking with my family about. But this feels like the best option for me right now.
Got yourself a raw deal, Platt. You done married this bitch and you got to sit up and, of course you don't mind talking about other, she got diabetes or whatever. You like, oh, okay. Let's work on that. This bitch is telling you something that you can't work on. You just like, you got a raw deal. It's everything you married her for. You wanted to be the fuck on her, give her babies and rock out. So all you wanted as a man, son. It's fucking bitch, man.
To have surgery to have the endometriosis removed. This is something that I've been praying about, talking with my husband about, talking with my family about. But this feels like the best option for me right now, because I want my quality of life back. I'm tired of dreading.
Translation. I can't even fuck my good husband. It's ridiculous. I am a bad deal for this man.
That I've been praying about, talking with my husband about, talking with my family about. But this feels like the best option for me right now, because I want my quality of life back. I'm tired of dreading my cycle. I'm tired of being in so much pain. I'm tired of having to move plans or not being able to attend stuff because I can barely get out of bed. I'm tired of that. And I'm ready to walk in healing and just live my best life until it's time for me to go to heaven, right? To be with Jesus. That's where I am. But yeah, so that's where I am. I have decided to have surgery, and I do plan to talk more about what that process will look like for me when I know, because right now I'm actually just waiting to get that surgery.
Yeah, you have it, fam. That was a great story on how she disregards her husband when he's the one that this is costing the most. Understand that. Man got a house, a job, got to worry about this bitch. He probably paying for doctor's appointments. I mean, shit that you just don't think about when you dealing with these bitches. You still worried about child support. You still worried about body count. That man got a raw deal, nigga. Come on, fam. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Fast for all of that is where I am now. And so long story short, just wanted to give you a backstory about what my pain levels has been. This whole journey has been the last, I ain't gonna say a couple of years because it's been 10 years plus, right?
10 years. 10 years of this man. 10 years of this man dealing with this shit. And married the bitch. This video should be always mentioning him. Yo, my husband is an outright saint. He worked with me through all this bullshit. I could done nothing without him.
I'm 32 now, and so I've just been dealing with this for so long. Long story short, I ended up having an appointment yesterday. And so let me go back. So my first appointment with this doctor, I was telling her all my symptoms, telling her that I was actually.
All right, let's move on, man. How much time we got? We got a little bit of time left, man. I appreciate you for watching, man. Oh, I did find something else for you guys. But let's go here. Let's shift the gear. I mean, you got let's be real. King Disagreeable. It's a hell of a story. Every time I watch this shit, it's a hell of a story, man, to just notice the damn deception in these people. It's crazy. Has any, like, she's so into church. Has anybody ever floated the idea around that bitch? Yo, why don't you let your husband go? Why don't you let that man go be fruitful and multiply, man? That's a good man. That man deserves all the children that he wants. Nobody floated that idea around that bitch. That bitch is shoot me, son. Yeah, that bitch is trying to take me out.
Mike just looking at us.
Okay. All right, let's go down to the next one. All right, beautiful. Can I get your name and age?
My name is Tamia. I'm 28.
And what do you do?
I'm a Head Start teacher.
All right, and why do we pop our balloon?
Just attraction level. I didn't feel the attraction whenever he stepped out. I was just like, he's handsome, but I just didn't feel it.
Okay. And what do you think about her? She's someone that's your type?
I mean, if we were out, I probably wouldn't walk up to her, but she is like a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
All right, and we got one more down here.
Yeah.
All right, can I get your name and age?
Hi, I'm Takara. I'm 28.
And what do you do?
Cybersecurity analyst.
Okay. And why do we pop our balloon?
It's just the height. That's all.
All right, just the height. I get it. How tall are you?
5'10".
And flats on too. Is she someone that's your type?
Oh yeah, she's very attractive. I mean, I usually don't date ladies taller than me because some way it always kind of is an issue more on their side. So.
But you don't mind it?
Yeah, I don't mind though.
Okay, like a little something to climb up on. I mean, I feel it.
There you go, black man. Anytime it's about these bitches, it's about something to climb up on, some sort of pussy advance. Well, man, what about your pussy? But that's a whole nother story, right? No, it's one of the same. Now, I'm saying fuck the pussy first, but when it start coming to marriage and children, brothers, you're going to need that Pussycat Facts report. You're going to be stuck just like that light-skinned bitch's husband. That nigga is, bro, man got some bad pussy in his own house. Bitch always in pain. Like, I can't even come home and turn you around and dump. I can't do none of the fly shit that all my homeboys get to do. Fuck you.
You know, we all the same height laying down, but yeah.
You're right about that. Let's go back down. All right, so we do have a couple unpop balloons. So it is your turn to ask the young ladies a question.
Okay, I guess my first question would be, where do you see yourself in the next year?
Next year? All right, let's start right over here. Hello, beautiful. Can I get your name and age?
I am Diamond. I'm 29, and I see myself owning my own business, which I'm already getting in the midst of doing right now, so that I can start my hair and nail business. You know, make people look pretty.
I just realized you popped your balloon, didn't you? You snuck up on me on that, but let's dial back real quick, okay? Can I get your name and age?
My name is Tiana. I'm 27.
And what do you do?
I work in corporate.
All right, and why do we pop our balloon?
Height
And you're not the same height laying down. My knees are at the end of the bed. Your feet on my knees.
Yeah.
It's not. We're not the same.
But everything still works the same. I mean,
Not the same height. Still don't matter laying down, standing up, sitting down.
all right. Is she someone that's your type?
Oh yeah, she's very attractive lady for sure, for sure.
I knew you liked something to climb up on.
Oh.
I see it, right?
Hey.
All right, and let's go on down here. All right, beautiful. Can I get your name and age?
I am, well, my name is Tiara Morgan, and I'm 30.
All right, and what do you do?
Well, I work as in home health care, and I'm a content creator.
Okay. All right, and you want to go ahead and answer his question? Where do you see yourself in the next year?
Well, I see myself in the next year, continue on with my business and living on with it.
Okay. Like that?
Yeah.
All right, come on back down. All right, so we still have those two unpopped balloons. I don't want to be hasty with it, so I'm going to let the two ladies go ahead and answer your question.
Hold on, niggas acting up. Yeah, the nigga said my first question is how many of you women have seen a pelvic floor specialist? I hear that it's life changing. That was a good one, King. Your feet by my knees. She ain't have to say all that. Yo, that was very disrespectful. I told niggas the story when I had the 6'4" bitch. That bitch ankles. I tried to hold that bitch legs up, son. That bitch ankles was like at my back thigh. It was some wild shit. It was wild. I got her legs all the way up, and her ankles was still like my backside thigh. Like what? I was like, yo, this is some weird shit.
Oh yeah.
You guys got a question for him? You ready? All right, come on down. All right, babe, what's your question?
So my question is, do you have kids?
I got one kid.
Okay. My other question is, how do you feel about the other kids?
Like my partner had kids.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's okay with me because I'm a parent, so
Okay.
yeah.
Do we have a limit?
If I had to put a number on it, I guess 4.
I got 4.
Oh!
All right, perfect. So we good. Okay, let's go on down to the
Bitch got gray hair, 4 kids, man. You don't need to be here.
next one. All right, babe, what's your question for him?
Well, if you had a significant other, how would you supposedly like deal with that? And like if you guys were to go 50-50 on something, like would you like pay for everything or you'll go half?
In my experience, most of anything I ever did in my relationship, I paid for it. So, that never really been an issue for me. But
Okay. Well, would you get tired of paying for stuff, or would?
to me, I don't really think about it like that because even though I might pay for everything, she might be doing things for me in different ways.
Right. So you think of things equally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right, let's go on back down.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
All right, so now that you still have those two, hot seat, you get to go ahead and pop one balloon.
All right. I guess yeah.
All right, I'll meet you down there. All right. And why did we keep our balloon unpopped?
Oh, I kept my balloon unpopped because I just wanted to see what he was about and to see what his mind was. So that's why I kept my balloon unpopped.
Okay. And why did you pop your balloon?
I mean, that's the benefit of having a dumb bitch. Yeah, your bitch said, well, you're gonna pay, but are you gonna get tired of paying after a while? I don't want you to ever get tired of paying.
It wasn't anything she said. It was more so me and the other lady. We kind of had some in common. Yeah, I actually own. I started my own spa business because
Okay.
I'm in the spa industry as well. So
You're in what industry?
the spa industry. As in,
Oh,
like,
you give. Okay, I like
yeah.
that.
So that was really just it. I was thinking about that.
So you have more of a connection with other
Yeah.
lady. Okay.
That's
All right, got you. All right, let's come
I like that. Now, whether he gets his balloon popped or not, at least he made the other woman better than this woman. I like that.
on down.
I'm a therapist, so
All right, have you step right on over, and we're gonna make room. Come on down, babe. Come on down.
Oh, the bitch with the 4 kids. Oh, hell no.
All right, so I'm gonna allow you guys to go ahead and ask another question. You have one for him?
Yes. Do you work out?
yes, I do. Yeah.
That was my only question because I like to work out. I just want to work, so workout partners.
Oh, okay, I feel that. I feel that. I like that.
You have any questions for her?
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Well, were you ever married before?
Never.
Um, and then oh, so I'm gonna ask another question.
If you like to, go
Oh,
ahead.
and then I guess do you co-parent well?
I definitely co-parent well, and my child father he real cool. I ain't gonna lie. We locked in. That's my best friend. I'm sorry.
So is there one for all four?
Yeah, definitely. That's my best friend. We got to. When my kids get ready to marry, we got to be able to walk them down the aisle.
That's true. Yeah.
And somebody got to have a level head. So
Yeah. Definitely that too.
Dang, unbelievable. 4 kids. Dang, gray hair wig. Man.
All right, that is very refreshing to hear because you don't hear that often.
Yeah.
And what about you? How's your co-parenting situation?
I mean, it's pretty well. I wouldn't say we're best friends, but I mean, we co-parent well. So
question, will I have an issue? Because I treat other people's kids like my
Mhm.
own.
yeah.
Will she have an issue with?
No. I never had an issue in the past dating someone, vice versa.
Okay, well then great. Then I don't have a problem for the kids. I love family stuff. So
All right, you guys good with your questions?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask my question. All right.
All right.
Are we popping it or are we locking it in?
I'm locking in.
Yeah, I'm locking in.
He's security. I'm out there too. I do producing all that stuff too. So
Dang.
I can understand that he might be coming in late or things like that. Because I'm gonna come in late. I need you to respect me just as much as I'm gonna respect you.
Okay, so we locking it in, y'all, right?
Yeah.
Lock.
All right, we lock it in. Go ahead, y'all.
It's your boy FG Deezy. We're here with our first.
I'm feeling good.
I like it. Look, man. It's a beautiful thing. We have not missed on the show. This is y'all know what we y'all. How do y'all feel for both of y'all? How do you feel?
Personally, for me, I grew up in a house with 8 kids, so a big family just kind of always was in my life. So ain't nothing for me.
Gotcha. I like it. Big family. See, me too, man. It's with 6 of us. How do you feel? How you gonna come with that? That's a football team. Well, that's a basketball team. So let me know.
I don't think he got me beat. My grandma, she had 14 kids, so I come from a lot of cousins. Then they had kids, so they got cousins. My grandma got great grands, so I come from a big
family. Gotcha. So my last question is, since it's 5, if y'all work out, do y'all see yourself having more?
I mean, I guess I'm open to it. Yeah, I'm open to it. Okay.
So what about you?
I'm open. I wanted 8, but I stopped at 4.
8 is crazy, man. Look, man, we really appreciate.
Wow. Is this bitch pregnant right now? Damn. Man.
Trying to get myself together, so definitely looking for that to tag along with me through this journey.
All right. And what are some deal breakers for you in a relationship?
Hate to say it, if you're not a dog lover, I'm coming with this name. There we go. Waiting them out.
Right now.
Yeah. I'm not
What's the dog's name?
lady. I am retired academy, so I do have her for service animal reasons, so she's staying regardless.
Gotcha. All right. So we do have a couple Papaloons.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and check it out.
Okay.
All right. Can I get your name and age?
Janae, I'm 30.
And what do you do?
I'm a nurse and I am an influencer.
All right. And why do we pop our balloon?
Because I'm scared of dogs, and then the dog name is Lady. You say Lady?
Yes.
That's my name, and can't be nothing but one lady.
Okay, understood. Respect.
I'm the only lady.
Respect.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we afraid of all dogs?
Any dog, like it can be a chihuahua. I'm running. Like I'm scared of dogs.
Understood. No worries.
All right. And she's
So let's see where it goes from there.
so we're locking in.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're locking in.
We're gonna lock it
All
in.
right.
Let's
Go
get it.
ahead.
I literally just told this wonderful young lady here that because she had 1 kid and I wanted to start a family, it wasn't because of interest. It was just for the fact that I want to start my own family. But this young lady, as much as it may have been very entertaining in the beginning, you popping and you taking me all the way over there to tell me, hey, look, I got 2 kids. I just want to let you know this. I'm like, baby girl, look, I done took this balloon and made it vanish. Okay.
No, wait. My question is, his question to you was,
Honesty.
would you keep something from someone in order to keep them, or would you tell them? Let
That
them
was
do
literally
it?
my last
And
question.
Come on over. We're gonna do things a little different, you guys,
Okay.
because
Go ahead. No, my apologies. I didn't mean to
I
misconstrue
am
any
very
information.
confused. Sorry, guys. We're gonna dive into this real quick.
Okay.
Little intermission. Can you please explain? Because he literally just asked the question, and I'm kind of hurt for him. He literally just asked you, would you rather keep something from someone in order to keep them, or would you take the chance to tell them the truth and let them choose what they do with it? And what was your answer?
I told him.
But you did not tell him.
He asked me that.
If he had told another young lady that he wanted to choose to have a family with someone who has not started a family, he was very adamant about that and very honest with her. You didn't think that that was a time to bring that up?
No, because I didn't know if he was just using that as an excuse.
No, ma'am. I honestly, I don't have any kids. I really, it's okay. You know, it doesn't bother me at all. Like I just wanted to be clear on, you know, my plans for my future. You know what I'm saying? And then again, like I said, I don't really do. You didn't lie, so I will give you that. You didn't lie. You're right. I didn't ask you. But then again, in reference to this young lady right here, you know, she did kind of put that question out there to let you know, and I was honest myself in saying I was married at one point. So,
I do agree with that. Like before that, you was like, I like kids.
no, I do. I love kids. Yes, I mean, she's a beautiful woman herself, and she only has one kid. Whether it was a boy or girl, I definitely still would have chosen either one of y'all. It's really just about the honesty for me, you know.
Sorry, I didn't lie though.
It's okay,
It's
sweetheart.
just-
You know, all is forgiven. We here now. It's fine. It's fine.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, son. Unbelievable.
But yeah, the balloons popped.
I ain't
I'm
mad
sorry,
at you.
sweetheart. I'm
I'm
sorry.
not. Listen, I'm about to drop a tear because I
It's
was so
okay.
happy and dang.
I'm so sorry. It seems like I made a scene. I don't want to seem
no,
dramatic or
but
sassy.
you came
but
here to find love, and
Yeah.
our job was to make sure that you found someone. And
Unbelievable.
Oh, it's
So
okay.
I'm gonna apologize on her behalf.
Perfectly fine. Like I enjoy myself. I'm pretty sure these other gentlemen that come out here will have, you know, somewhat of the same questions or find somebody themselves. So I do appreciate coming on the show and everything and just, you know, having fun.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, good. No worries.
It's getting loud.
It's your boy FGDZ. Who
Unbelievable, son. Yo, bro.
I guess my other deal breaker would be if you can't share the kitchen because I like cooking.
All right, and describe your dream woman, physically, mentally, spiritually, all that.
Mentally, as long as she's, you know, has God in her life. Physically, I mean, I'm not really worried about that. I feel like you can always work on that. You can go to the gym. And then what was the last one?
Oh, we said mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Spiritually, I mean, you know, keep blocking like all the time.
Okay. All right, so we do have a couple pop balloons. Let's go ahead and check it out, okay?
Okay.
All right, hello, lovely. Can I get your name and age?
My name is Tiana. I am 27 and I work in corporate.
All right, and why do we pop our balloon?
He dated one of my best friends.
What?
Yeah, I definitely did that. For sure.
What? He dated one of my best friends. What?
Pop our balloon.
He dated one of my best friends.
Yeah, I definitely did that. For sure. That's crazy. That's a small world. I didn't even know.
I feel like it's just a little messy to ask the question, but I'm gonna have to ask it.
ahead.
Sorry, best friend.
Go ahead, ask.
Is she someone that's your type?
I mean, if I didn't know her friend, I would say yeah, but her friend gave her too much details of what we were really doing.
Whoa.
Like way
Too much.
Way too much detail.
No, you too much.
No, like
You too much.
What the
they-
fuck?
They locked in and
Yeah.
they was talking.
Yeah.
So he part of the group chat.
Oh,
yeah,
most
for
definitely
sure.
he was.
For sure.
Pictures
for,
too?
No, we ran into each other.
Nah.
Like I was leaving, he was coming in.
What the hell?
So would he be someone that's your type?
No, me and her have opposite types. But I do like your shirt.
She still dropped a compliment. I like that.
Thank you, thank you.
Let's go down to the next one.
Okay.
All right, can I get your name and age?
I'm Tamia. I'm 28.
And what do you do?
I'm a Head Start teacher.
Yo, these bitches, son. I don't know anymore, man. You know, like I said, they took the fun. They took the fun out of this shit.
And why do we pop our balloon?
He said he don't like cats. I have a cat, and I'm not about to get rid of my baby. So
I ain't mad at you. I ain't
I'm
mad
allergic.
at you.
I know.
You can't take no Benadryl.
Nah.
Just pop a pill. You be all right? Oh, just walking around the house.
You don't want to hear that. I'm telling you, you don't want to hear that.
Okay.
You don't want to.
All right. Well, is she someone that's your type?
I mean, no, she got a cat. You know, I'm
Is she someone that's your type based off appearance?
for sure. You know, I'll give it a chance. You know,
Okay.
I love it here too. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you. You like that natural?
For sure.
I love that.
That I don't know if that's natural, ma'am.
All right, let's go back down. Ooh. Let's stay right here. Can I get your name and age?
I'm Janae, and I'm 30.
And what do you do?
I'm a nurse and an influencer.
All right, and why do we pop our balloon?
Because like, seems like he could get around town a lot, and I like that. So I like my man all about me, not like skipping from woman to woman.
So what gave you that perception?
Because he dated her friend, and
Are you part of that friend group?
I am now. So I am now.
Girls, girl. Okay.
So I'm like, she didn't tell me nothing, but I'm like, I'm getting her energy. It's like he's not for me. He gets around town. I'm sorry.
There you have it, man. This bitch ass is way too stupid. Look at this shit. There you go, black man. Had you some fun, baby boy. You walking with that. You walk with that on the beach. Niggas like, whoa. There you go.
We're here too. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you. You like that natural? All right, babe. Can I get your name and age?
Tiara. I'm 30.
And what do you do?
I take care of elderly people and I'm a content creator.
All right. And do you have any children?
No.
All right. You want any?
Down the line, maybe.
All right, let's go down to this one. Can I get your name and age, babe?
It's Shakara, I'm 28.
And what do you do?
Cybersecurity analyst.
All right. And do you have any kids?
Yeah, I got 2.
I don't have no kids. I'm sorry.
It wasn't time.
I'm so sorry. I got to be straightforward. I'm sorry. I don't want to waste time.
Okay. All right. So was there any other reason why you popped?
No, not really.
That was it. That's a deal breaker for you.
I mean,
I know I asked you what your deal breakers were, and you didn't mention that she could have popped for you. See, they don't be listening to me. Right.
no, I mean, I'm getting to know everybody as we go. I try to give everybody a chance.
All right, and why did you keep your balloon unpopped?
I appreciate you so much.
Can I ask one question?
What's your question?
How many abortions you got?
None.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I actually wear a condom.
Okay.
What?
I appreciate you so much.
Can I ask one question?
What's your question?
How many abortions you got?
Do you see this? Do you see this on the screen? Can I ask him a question? How many abortions do you have? Unbelievable. Yo, these people, man. Now y'all see? The Pussycat Facts report is fair game. I keep trying to tell y'all. It's fair game. They will go there on you.
I appreciate you so much.
Can I ask one question?
What's your question?
How many abortions you got?
None.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I actually wear a condom.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know what to say. Abortion is
That was
crazy.
your kids, but
You know, I thought abortion was illegal in Texas.
I'm from Ohio.
Oh, okay.
You can go to any state now. People travel.
I don't know. I feel like
See what's so funny to the black woman? People travel to go get that abortion. You see this shit? Unbelievable.
oh, okay.
You can go to any state now. People travel.
I don't know. I feel like if I have a kid, if my girl was pregnant, I'd probably just step up. I wouldn't really ask for an
Okay.
abortion. So I mean, we do what we do for a reason. So
All right, let's go on down.
Yo, they tore this community up, family. Y'all know it, man. Y'all know they tore this community up, man.
All right, let's make some space. Come on down, babe. So you have one unpopped balloon, and I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and ask each other a question. Okay? Do you have a question for him?
Yes, I'm trying to think while you was talking. So, if you were to jump in a relationship, how would you treat your significant other?
with respect, I mean, I'm pretty.
Wow. That bitch look like Shanae. She look like Shanae and Wanda. She look like Shanae and Wanda. Yo, son, this bitch look like Shanae and Wanda all in one. You imagine some bitch talking to you like that? You like, damn.
So, if you were to jump in a relationship, how would you treat your significant other?
With respect, I mean, I'm pretty kind. You probably will gain 20 pounds on me because I cook. Like I eat like 4 times a day, so like I really cook. So like Nigerian food, American food.
Is that your love language?
For sure. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Can I ask another?
Mm.
Are you Nigerian?
I am half though. My mom light skin on the side, so like half African, half black. If you understand.
Is it light skin black or is it light skin Nigerian? 'Cause
Light
they
skin-
got them.
Light skin, like well they do, but it's not. You don't know my mama. She can cook. Like she cooked totally different than what my dad offered.
Okay. You have a question for her?
Do you beat on men?
No.
Just making
No,
sure.
but
Just
I
making
do.
sure. There's some.
I do
there's
love jollof rice though. I love Nigerian food. I can eat my butt off.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Don't beat men, correct?
I don't beat men.
I'm telling you, there's some strong women out here.
Do we need to go to the group chat? Because now I am so confused.
Nah, her friend don't beat on men.
Okay,
we
best
ain't
friend,
had
I
no
needed to
issue.
clarify that one because I was concerned for somebody's life. So we're okay. So who hurt you?
Mhm. Who hurt me?
Yeah.
You really want to know?
I think we do want to know.
I mean,
Is there a list?
Nah, I've had an ex before, so it's just like I try to end stuff like peacefully, but like she didn't want to end it peacefully, so she kind of left me with like some It's like she had scratched me on my neck, but I mean, but I was like on some petty stuff. So
Okay, so you didn't get beat up and dragged though.
oh no,
Okay.
I actually just walked away.
Good, okay.
I really don't like arguing with women. I
Okay.
really don't.
All right, but that is a deal breaker for you.
For sure. If you, I mean, we'll be
We
like,
add in the list of deal breakers. So next time someone asks you this question, you got 2 of them you can add on there. No kids and no beating on men. Okay.
yeah.
Did you guys have any more questions for each other?
I got hurt and lied to, but that was way back in the day. So now it was just like I don't want to jump into another relationship because I was so hurt and I don't know who I can trust now. So that's
So are you open to finding love though?
yeah, I am. You know, we can start off as friends and stuff like that, and you know, see where that goes.
All right, so you guys have no more questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask my question, okay? Are we going to pop it or are we gonna lock it in?
I think I'm gonna pop it.
You gonna pop it? Okay,
Yes.
go ahead and pop your balloon, babe. All right, and why did you pop your balloon?
Because I see a sexy, fine chocolate man here, and he respects women, and also I love a man who can cook for me.
So why'd you pop it?
Why? Because I see we can start something, friendship, and first we start off as friends.
So you would keep your balloon because you want to be able to see where it would go.
I want to see where it goes. Yes, that's
So
what
you
I'm trying to
shouldn't-
say.
So you shouldn't have popped it
Why?
because you popped it. That means you're not interested anymore.
Yes, I am interested.
Okay, can we get her another balloon?
There you go, black man. There you go.
All right, so we're keeping our balloon. So you're locking in, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so she's locking in. Are we popping it or are we locking in?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to pop it.
Okay. All right, and why did we pop it?
I popped it because she went outright weirdo on me. I thought I could try to give a bitch a chance, but I realized she's best if she just shut the fuck up. Please. Please.
I'm gonna try to say it in a nice way. It just kind of seemed like she took a little too long for the question. She was a little too confused. She was just a little too confused. You know, I am trying to find love, but I mean, I understand what she's saying. I guess I'm just not the type of dude she needs right now.
You feel that way because she said that she is interested in all that you have to offer. She's going to start off slow.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Slow.
All right, so unfortunately, we do not have a match, babe. So you can go back in line, okay? It was a blast having you. Unfortunately, we did not find you a match, but we would love to have you come.
There you have it, black man. We did our thing. I'm happy about the time that I spent with your ass because I know I wasn't going to get any support. You think the best thing I got to do on a fucking Friday is play around with you niggas with these bad boxes? Hell no. So I made sure that I put some time in with the fam. Maybe later. I don't know what time though. Maybe late. Maybe late I'll come back through, but I'm not sitting around for this gladiator bitch today. I'm going to do me. For real. I'm not sitting around for this gladiator today. You know? I mean, you guys ever fucking... Oh, it's 4:30 a.m. out there? Oh, shit. I appreciate you, Platt. I need to do my thing today, though. You know what I mean? This bitch won't be seeing me today till I'm finished having fun. You know? I am up out of here. I said, let me get with you niggas a little bit early today. And then, like I say, we'll go political. I try to go political with you guys. I tried everything, man. I tried political. I tried the WNBA, which is my shit. Niggas just don't like it. I don't think it's the subject matter. I think more so it's just me, man. It's fucked up. All right, thanks for watching.